Sure, sure.
Okay. So you gotta let me know what's going on. How are you feeling about the ecosystem? How are you feeling about your beloved Pac and your beloved Ash?
Well, I guess we can all agree things aren't looking the greatest, right? Like what happened recently made nobody happy.
Yeah.
But I think the whole thing, the Ash ecosystem is kind of detaching from Puck. Like it's where it started. It's always it will always be connected to Puck. But there are so many new creators just embracing the concept and the currency and just going with it without any reference or any link to where it started. And I think that's the way we should go, like
Okay.
detach it
So
even more.
you're gonna detach even more now. Here, okay. I that's fascinating. I mean, for me, it'd be really hard to break off from Pac from
Mhm.
that whole
Sure.
concept. But I mean, okay, you I'm guessing you know some of the artists that were a part of the Ash 2 drop, right?
Not personally, but
Oh,
yeah,
really? Oh, okay. Um, huh. Interesting. Okay. Well,
I'm not that deep into the whole the behind the scenes stuff.
okay. No, that's good. That's good. So, because I'm dying to know. I would imagine the numbers involved, you
Hmm.
know, 50 ash, 250 pieces, 30 drops, right?
Hmm.
It's a decent amount of ash out, thrown out there. And when
Hmm.
you look at the volume of ash and the liquidity and stuff, I don't think any of those artists can uh, withdraw their money. Am I wrong?
Mm,
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
the liquidity is not there. If one of them like took a full exit, like the
Yeah,
liquidity pool's
I think
gone.
that's been talked about before. Like a bunch of these guys like depend on the money. It's regular income for them. Some of them don't need it. Like Paris Hilton, yeah, she doesn't give a fuck, right?
Right.
About the little bit she gets from this. But there's been real discussion about people just needing this money to live. Why wouldn't it be okay if they cash out? Like, of course, that's okay. And of course, that's going to have an effect because, as you say, the liquidity isn't uh, that great. There's not a lot of ash, and every big sell just kind of moves the line again, right?
Well, yeah, and so I mean, the fact that we haven't seen it yet, because you can watch, you can see
Yep.
transactions, right? We know what's being moved.
Yep.
Um,
They're all holding.
they're all holding, but don't you get the feeling that they were instructed or part of the agreement and being in the drop is that they had to hold a certain amount of time? Because
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're all kind of holding. Maybe the people that need it are holding until the moment it goes up again. Like they have a calculation. I need this much to make sense to cash out.
yeah,
Like that would make sense to me.
I would imagine that they were all pretty happy with it at 20.
Yeah.
They were probably kind of getting excited at 25,
Mm-hmm.
and they broke up with a lot of significant others when it got to 6. They
Yep.
were they were like, yeah, this is the and so I don't see it, man. Look, and you know me, and it's
Mm-hmm.
you also know that I was very deep on Pack, and
Yep.
I've changed my course, but I haven't changed my reasoning and what's behind it. And I think what we saw last week um, spoke exactly to what I've been saying for a while. His actions are not necessarily in the interest of his collectors.
Right.
So everybody, can we get a quote on that? Can we get some quote tweets up that Matthijs just said that pack actions are not in the
A
interest of his
motherfucker.
collectors?
That's why you invited me. Okay. Okay.
No, I invited you. So a lot of people don't know. They don't know how far back we go. Let's see. You started minting in I'm gonna guess April, May,
February.
in
Actually.
February.
Yep.
Okay, so your first, you're and okay. So where did you mint first, on Foundation or?
Regular old OpenSea.
Look at you! No shit. So
Yeah.
what's your OpenSea Genesis go for?
0.2
And is
Ethereum.
it still there?
Oh no, it's long gone.
Okay.
Let me look it up.
Um,
Let me see.
yeah, I haven't seen those. I mean, I'm very familiar with your hen stuff, um, and what I consider to be your Genesis, and because you came into hen then in April is what
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay. So
tried some stuff before. Like I had been watching for a while. I came across Super Rare like a couple years back, and I thought, oh, this is fucking stupid. Like, why are people spending money on this? And then I came across it a little later again, and I thought, okay, I should have gotten into this, right? So I did. But of course, Super Rare isn't accessible at all. So I tried OpenSea, and I tried some stuff like things I'd already made because I've been doing this stuff for quite a while, of course. And I tried to like make some new versions of older collage stuff I did. I can send them to you. Well, send you my first one. Yeah, and I just kind of tried, and I hit this point where I was like, I was also painting a lot at that time, and I thought I need to do something new instead of rehashing old stuff. So that's when I stumbled across Hen, and I just went at it, just trying some weird shit.
well, and so you mentioned that a lot of our people in here probably don't realize that you're an accomplished painter. You've got how many galleries do you have? Do you have a gallery or multiple galleries that
No,
you show?
no gallery. I had a museum show in 2020, end of 2020, and doing some small shows here and there. Actually, building a new show this Friday. It's like an art fair kind of deal, so not a big thing.
Okay.
Because most of my attention has been in the NFT space for the last year. So it's been a lot of digital stuff.
Well,
Also
that's
working.
what I was getting at. You went from
Yeah,
being you were a working artist though.
yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, and so you went from being a working artist to really not only just diving into NFT, um, but what I've watched you is this progression where you're really exploring all the possibilities. Right? You went from just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a painter and I've got this stuff and I can put it up and I can play with some digital aspects of it and maybe make some NFTs. But just in the time that I've known you, right, you've gone from just
Mhm.
putting up pieces to really building out complex
Yeah,
projects,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And and I love that. That's you inspire me all the time, and I'm fascinated by your projects. I try to get involved to some degree. I mean, you know what it's like. It's
yeah, absolutely.
hard for us, especially when we're doing these complex things, to then give
Yeah,
much time to our friends, right?
yeah.
Um, but it's just great stuff. It really,
Thanks, man.
there's. It's funny because if we say that, let's just say that I'm like base of utility is like a three
Mhm.
suit or a pack approach, right?
Yeah,
Your stuff is not that, yet it's even more utility. I feel you can challenge it through these systems through the NFT process. Um, you can challenge the approach to utility, and you tend to do that like with every single project that much more. So that's why I'm really, without making it too much about alchemy, I really,
Mhm.
because you're obviously just launching it. But I mean, is this one going to be? Is this your favorite of the projects? Would you say?
Well, yeah, well, actually, that's kind of always the thing when you launch a new project. It's always your favorite, right? Like, why
Uh,
else would you launch it?
I do it just for the money.
Yeah, we know. All those one test drops. It's
Yeah,
all for the
exactly.
money. Okay,
um,
a 0.3 test. Okay. No, but yeah, it's a great one, and I like building like layered stuff. I like building systems. I've also been a bit of a programmer in the past, so the logical side to doing stuff like that just makes sense to me. Like I want some complex stuff, and it's great if other people enjoy that as well. You know.
how is it that you've been? You're like 14 years old to begin with.
Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. Yeah, I studied media design. So that's like the most broad kind of education in the media field. Like you learn a little bit of everything, but really you don't learn anything.
Okay, well, that sums
Yeah,
up pretty much any schooling. Okay.
yeah, right. But yeah, I just dove into stuff and I just taught myself and experimented and went on to something else and tried to figure that out.
Well, look, this is we've been friends, we've been buddies. As far as
Mm-hmm.
as far as like NFT buddies, as far as like you know, tweeting at each other or DMing every once in a while, following each other's projects, and like hopping in and buying stuff and bidding stuff up and whatever. We've
Yeah,
been doing this for a long time. Like basically since I got in the space. Um, I've told the story in the grotto before, but the first time, I'd seen your stuff because I was hanging out in Lenny's, who was just in here. I think he might be gone now, but available NFTs
yeah,
was
yeah.
running this little channel in the Sibs Discord that was like
Yep.
a hen place, and he had all of his little favorites in there, and you were one of his favorites. I'd become one of his favorites, and I just had a couple good sales for like the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And thought that I was kind of, making it. I think I made it. I think it was at the end of my first series, and I had made, I don't know, 3,000 tes or something on the series, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, let's just announce our presence with authority. And you had an auction go up for your 101, your very first 101,
Yep.
and I bid it up. It was like, I think it was at 100 or something, and I went like 200 and just bid it up. But I was like expecting everybody to outbid me,
Yeah, and that was it.
and that was it.
Done. Yeah.
I barely had that money. Like I couldn't afford to spend on it.
But
But
you did it anyway.
I did it, and I've held it this whole time, and it's one of my
Yep.
favorite pieces. And but it was just so much fun to like act like I was a big stud and realize that I should probably not be doing such things. Because at the time I
And
was I
from
was
that
still
moment, you
spending.
didn't do it anymore.
Well,
Like
no, I still
the
do it every
power
once in a
moves.
while, but not like that. Like um, that was for the percentage of my
Yeah.
overall wealth that I spent on that piece.
Yeah, and I did similar stuff. Like the money you made on Hen at the start, it didn't feel like actual money to me. Like I was just playing around and doing stuff, and everything I made just went right back into it. Like buying stuff, buying like stuff from uh, one of his,
Okay,
which
yeah, yeah,
sold for like 400 tes a couple months ago. Like I listed it straight away. I bought it for like 70, I think.
okay.
I just listed it for 444, and it sold a couple months ago. I was like, huh, what happened? I didn't even remember. But it just, yeah, it felt right to do stuff like that. It felt part of it, I guess.
No,
Like,
that's right. That's how I felt too. I really felt like it was like, hey, this is what we do, and that was in the days. We're already old men talking about the old days, but that was when there was really like an artist community
sure,
that
yeah,
that that wasn't little clicks. It was like everybody bought everything,
yep,
and
yeah,
and and then the world changed, and we got a little
yeah, and
stark
everything
reality,
went
right?
big, and yeah, we split off.
Yeah, and everybody went their ways, and then you, of course, you know, are a pack-a-lite, so you do anything he says. Now, does he know that you're talking to me? This could get really bad for you.
I didn't ask permission.
Oh
Maybe I
no,
should
you probably
have.
should.
Let's see if I can still go into the Discord.
Oh God, wouldn't that be hilarious if you were banned right now? That would be the best. It wouldn't be Pack. It would be all the sons of bitches that left me to go be mods over there. Just saying.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
like Lenny.
yeah, like
Is
Lenny,
Lenny is Lenny
exactly.
here?
That's why he's actually he's streaming this right now to the fucking chat.
Like the mod chat in the Discord, right?
Um, so
Lenny is a
have you
good
been?
guy.
He's a great guy. Have you met him? And have you been out here? Have you been
Nope,
back to the
not at
U.S. since?
all.
Okay, so are you going to come in June? You should come for NFT NYC.
Uh, I don't think I can. I've got like a vacation planned, and I got Trevor Jones Castle Party in July.
Oh, look at this! Notice how he
Yeah,
got that in there. Oh, sorry, I gotta go to the
yeah.
castle.
Sorry. Did you have castles in New York?
No, we have the fucking Empire
Nah,
State
I
Building.
don't want to.
Just saying, we've got the biggest
White
castle
Castle.
of them all. So,
Right.
so have you been paying attention to the franchise drop? Do you know at
A
all what
little
I'm
bit.
doing there?
I think most of it happened like kind of behind the scenes, right? I tried to find as much evidence as I could. Like I know you asked a while back, like, would you like to manage a team? That was a couple months back, I think,
Yeah.
like in a forum somewhere. Uh, yeah, but I've been listening to the last few Grotto recordings, like to figure out what the fuck you're doing.
Well, so what I did is I basically put little hints out there and put little mentions, and I would do that. I would in a forum I'd be like, hey, you want to run a franchise? What's
Yeah.
which is how I usually do it, right? I do a slow build where I just little pinpricks out there to see who's bleeding, right? To see what I can get,
Yeah.
and so what I originally announced it was at Art Basel in Miami. On
Okay.
Kitch is here, and on That's Nifty we did a live That's Nifty live from the grotto, and I announced it then, but I didn't give many details.
Yeah, I think I heard that. Yeah.
And so we go from there. So here we are. It took us 5 months to get to the point that we're making the announcement. Okay, almost 5 months to the day, honestly. And but during that time, I started in February taking meetings. Okay, and the idea was if anybody was interested and they didn't know what it was going to cost or what it was going to feel like or what it was going to look like, but if you were interested, you had to request an appointment with me to have an official sit down, and I would lay it out. And so 27 grotto members set up those meetings. So 27 came to me and said, yes, I'm interested, and let's talk about what this looks like and how I can do it. And in the end, 24 of those 27 have bought in, which is pretty remarkable, honestly.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
But the idea being that I've sold there's 7 existing franchises, and with Series 9 we have an 8th franchise. It's still unannounced, the team, but I sold all 8, and I sold them for $50,000 USD each.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
How much TES is it?
that's a lot of TES. It's a lot of ETH. It's a lot of everything, honestly. So why would people spend that much? Because what we're doing is they're taking over the teams. They're taking over the day-to-day organization and running of the franchise. In which case they'll be able to decide how that franchise moves forward and how people play for it. Because as we put people on teams. Who have you been playing for the last 2 events?
The NFTs.
The
Of course.
NFTs. Okay, right. So you've been playing for the NFTs, and 60 some people have been playing for that team over these last 2 events.
But not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, theoretically you could still end up on the NFTs. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But the way it's going to work is as we move into the franchise era, as the league forms into a real cohesive professional sports organization. Okay. Each of these franchises is going to draft and sign their own players, run their own front office, which will be not just the management of the team. And when we talk about the team, we're talking about participating in threesomes and obtaining the new drops and collecting towards chase sets and chase awards and any sort of insert activity, any of the day-to-day stuff that I do with my drops. The teams will be doing that cohesively. They'll be doing it together, trying to achieve sort of team supremacy. Okay.
Right.
But you'll have a general manager who handles that, but they're going to be in charge of their own social medias. Okay. So little by little, if you may have noticed, there's like a 333 Cardinale and a 333 subs accounts that have
Yep.
been tweeting for a couple months on that stuff. That's sort of the early stages of that, right?
Yeah.
But now all these teams are responsible for their social media, for getting it out there and taking on their own identities. So, like, I can tell you, we got Ron Nomak and Brendan have already started building some backstories to the subs that they want to run with. Now that's them. It's not canon. This is not my narrative. But at this
Right.
point, they
Yeah.
get to play with those narratives. Okay. Um, and so they're going to be building that out, and as they do that, building a culture around it. So if you want to play, or if you're selected to play for the subs, um, there's a specific subs culture and subs philosophy to the game that comes out of that. So this will
That's
happen for
smart, man.
all the teams. But the one of the major aspects that comes in this is like I said, teams will be in charge of drafting and selecting, trading for these players, but they're going to be compensating these players. So going forward, with once we start Series 9, if you play in the threesomes ecosystem, um, you're going to be paid to do so. So if you're a player on a team, you're going to receive a salary in 3 pennies, okay, which is
Okay.
going to be my newest utility token. Okay. And so there will be every team, when they bought these teams, they basically got enough liquidity in 3 pennies that they can um, pay all of their players over the next 5 seasons. Okay.
Okay.
And pay their front office and pay their general manager and their social media guy and their marketing or merchandising people, whatever they end up doing. Okay, so they'll be paying them in 3 pennies, and so you're as you're a player, you're getting paid, but you're also as a team competing every day for 3 pennies. So we have a typical drop, right? We got Series 9 drop 001. That'll be
Yeah.
the way we start out. Well, that 001 day is now like a competition itself. So the way it works is every drop day is like a game, and whichever franchise, so it's only one winner every day, okay? But whichever franchise gets the most drops, so that's
Hmm.
the wheel blesses them the most. That
Okay.
that team then wins that day, and they win an amount of 3 pennies that they've been competing for. Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And that happens every day. Drop 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. And then at 006, we always do that as a chase, right? So
Hmm.
now you have some elements where now it's not just about the drops, okay, but how many you've picked up on secondary or you've traded for, or how, or because you're trying to chase the chase cards that you get for 6. But it's also now about overall volumes, how many you can pick up, not just from drops, okay.
Yeah, like the stuff we've been doing with the trading events and the
Right.
secondary events.
Trading, secondary, however you're going
Yeah.
to do it. But of course, every team, it's to their benefit to hold them, to keep them from the teams that they're competing against. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
And then towards the end, so we do our typical chases. We've got 5-1, 5-1. Then we do a sort of a wacky chase, and then we finish out. And so the champion will receive every season their championship ring in the form of a new painting, which only the champions get. And then the top 3 teams receive 3 penny awards, right? So you're playing for a championship plus 3 pennies, but you still can qualify for some extra 3 pennies by being in the top 3. So that's like a typical season there, and that's a way that 3 pennies are distributed and put out there. Um, there will be other manners and mechanics that you can earn these 3 pennies, and we're going to be discussing that over the next couple weeks. So we're not ready to drop that yet, but the way that they're going to play out, okay. Let's just say it's probably going to help out if you've got a big collection, if you've got some stuff, especially if you got some older stuff.
Right.
Probably
Right. Yeah.
in the end, it's probably going to be to your advantage to get some extra 3 pennies into this. Now there will be, and you and Pack are going to love this.
Yeah.
There will be 3 penny only drops.
Okay.
Okay, which so you can take your 3 pennies and you can spend, but but one of the more important aspects of the three penny system, and you'll get this because you've been in the grotto since day one, basically, and so you're in there and you're grandfathered in. You got your swipe. You didn't sell your swipe, right? Or if you did, you got another one back.
Yeah. Nope.
And so the grotto is the grotto. It always will be, and it's very exclusive and elite. But we are opening up the Discord to everybody who wants to come and play. And that's big news, right? Given that we've closed the doors for so long, but in order to play in that ecosystem that I just described, okay, new players will be paying. They have to pay a fee. They've got to buy 3 pennies and pay a fee to declare themselves a free agent. And by being a free agent, you move then into the ecosystem where you either get selected by a team to play for that team, and then you get a salary in 3 pennies and everything. You would very quickly make back what you spent to declare yourself, or you can play as a free agent. Okay. So you have all the advantages of all the drops and all of the access to everything that the normal grotto people would have, right? But in order to be to be in every drop and be able to enter everything the way that, like, sort of the way we do grotto or non-grotto drops, right? To be in those grotto drops, which is what we've always called in the past, you have to be a free agent, so you'll have to pay to get in. And when you do that, okay, now you're opening up all of the different accesses and all of that. So all of you're to get in there, you're buying 3 pennies from the people who have earned them, which are the players, right? In order to be able to stake yourself into the ecosystem. So that's one of the many ways that 3 pennies move around. And then on the franchise side, so these owners of these franchises who just spent tremendous amount of money to buy them, every transaction that happens in the league and in the grotto there. So if you're signing a free agent, if you're trading somebody, or even if you're firing somebody because they didn't work out on your team or what have you, every time you do that, you're paying a fee to make those transactions. Plus, you have, like I said, the new players coming in and putting that posting fee up, right? So all of those fees get shared equally between the team owners.
Okay.
And so there's a constant revenue stream there, and there will be other revenue streams as well that we'll get into. But for the time being, you can look at that and you can just say, okay, so basically, going forward, every new player who comes into the ecosystem, that money that they pay to come in goes right to those team owners. And so as we grow, and now because we're opening it up to everybody, right? As new participants in this project come in, it's paying back the people who took the leap and bought a franchise. So
Jesus Christ, dude.
well, it's pretty complex,
but it makes sense as well. Like,
it
you've
does
always
make
been doing something like this, but in a closed off environment, and you need new people. So why not open it up and still keep it exclusive in some way?
Yeah,
like they can look in a little bit, see what's going on, instead of having the mystery and people not knowing at all.
Right. No, exactly. And it
It's
was,
a good move.
this was the concept all along. So
Yeah.
When I conceived of doing this and doing this NFT project, I was going to do a league of all these teams. That's been the project. Okay. I've had to lay the groundwork and the foundation with everybody so we could understand the basics of it to get us here. Okay. But in doing that, I couldn't risk the project to the open broader market because of bad actors and because of misunderstandings. And so what I had to do was for what's now 10 months, right, really lock it down and build out a very, very strong foundation, right? Many millions of dollars in market cap, and very dedicated and very successful players and collectors and speculators in the whole bit, right? But
I think everyone that's around now is like diehard into the project.
Right, exactly, and so now they're not only so diehard that they're wanting to buy the project itself, right? But now they get to be the evangelists. They get to now go out and say, come and play with us, and learn the game with us because our team plays the game this way, and there'll be 8 different ways of playing, right?
Yep.
And then going forward, okay, because remember, so this is season 9 comes up here in a couple weeks, and that's going to be a new team. After that, we'll have season 10. That's another new team. Remember, we're going to 24 teams, so I've got 16 more franchises that will be coming. Okay, each one of those will go for sale. Okay,
Okay.
but they're not going to go for sale for 50,000. Every season, the cost goes up 10%. So
Makes
the
sense.
next team goes for 55,000, then 60,500, then 61.6, right? And so when or 66.6, but when you get there, everything over 50,000 is distributed to the team owners. I only make 50,000 on each
Okay.
team forever. So as you go and as we're bringing in more people and they see the revenue streams that pay them back for their initial investment, right? It's just that much more where these teams are generating, I'm not going to call it passive income, but it's pretty damn close to
Yeah,
passive, right?
pretty much. Yeah.
And
Don't tell the SEC, but yeah.
well, no, because these are utilities. It's are you going to tell me that my Marlenas are a coin? You know,
Yes.
the SEC would have to tell me that all of my paintings are currency, and if
Yes.
that's the case, then I want nation state status.
Yeah,
Seriously,
it's going to be a good discussion.
I want a consulate in every city in the world if they're going to say that I'm a nation state.
Well, that's why you're flying around, right? To
Well,
establish those.
maybe
Maybe.
that's why.
Unconfirmed.
so, so yeah, so that's what we've been up to, and it's been fun because everybody who took those meetings, they basically NDA themselves and they're not allowed to talk about it. So everybody had to sit on it, and things. You know me, I drop hints just like you do, right? We drop hints here and there, and of course, most people don't pay attention to those hints, and then you get to say later on, "I already told you all this," but. But the Grotto in the last couple of weeks has been learning all this. And Monday, did you listen to Monday's announcement by any chance?
I might have.
It was when I announced who the owners were. It was the
Oh
most
yeah,
electric, exciting LFG. Like people were losing their minds. It was so
Yep.
fun.
I was listening to that earlier today, like as a little preparation, and watching the YouTube, the chat in the Discord. It was fun.
So it's it's one of those things where now everybody is sort of, now that they know who the owners are, you want to start building relationships and deciding. So Jolby and Kitch and EJG, run the NFT. So you might want to get with them and say, hey, do I have a future here still, or should I start looking for another team?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
So I
it's
got
gonna
to
be a lot of
figure
fun.
out what I can offer them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fact that you are a G Friends should have something to offer.
And I can make fucking dumb stickers as well. So, you know, might be
um,
more of those.
so yeah, that's what we've been doing, and then uh, we had the end of our championship, right? The March Madness. The
Yeah.
championship ended, and you didn't win anything, did you?
I had one hit, I think.
Oh, that's right. You did have a hit. Did you take it or did you defer? You took
Yeah,
it.
I took it. I took it.
Oh, good. Yeah. Most people didn't take their stuff. I haven't even looked yet at the forms that went up yesterday to see where we stand because it's really exciting now what people are doing. We got 2 responses and 1 response. You guys suck. Um, they really suck. But yeah, it's I gotta go bug everybody. It's
Still outperforms.
the fact is they could have won 86 prizes if everybody just claimed what they hit. It'd be 86 prizes, and I would have gone broke. But
Yeah, but people always want more.
I
Always want
knew
the
they
bigger
weren't going to
prize.
take them. I knew they wouldn't take them. So I still lose money in this overall. I think because I had to go out and buy so much. I forgot I gave away so much at the Super Bowl that
Yeah.
I really didn't have anything left in my collection of my own. So I had to go buy a bunch. But I think when it comes down to it, between the two, just between like the second week of February and now the first week of April, we're giving away like $75,000 worth of three
That's
seats.
pretty crazy, man.
It's crazy. I mean, well, and that's not even counting that's not counting the threesies. We gave away 2 threesies, so that's 5 ETH right there.
Yep.
Jesus, what's wrong with me?
Are you gonna talk about those as well? Because you've been doing sneaky reveals here and there in the beta, right?
So I'm in LA right now with Joby is my dev. He's out here, and we've got a boat party that we have to go to today. I'm sorry, yeah, we're going out on
Okay.
but if we don't have them by this afternoon, we'll have them late tonight after that party. As far as all of the images and everything, it's all done. It's all the painting's done. That we revealed all of them. And so they're going up, and then we need to start opening the windows for redeeming them, for burning them, for using the utility of any of the given pieces, or just burning them outright to get the physical painting, right?
How do you expect that to go? A lot of people are gonna go for it.
I know that Coffee G, and his mom and I have a lot of history, but Coffee G has already said flat out he's burning it like immediately.
Okay.
And it's crazy because Coffee G loves Dot Pigeon. That's how he came to be with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the piece that he got has the Dot Pigeon balaclava.
Right.
And yet he's going to burn it for the physical. So
he's going to frame it, hang it above his bed. I guess
he has said that he's going to do horrible cock tributes to it. And then he's going to mint those
and not share them with us, right?
No, he's going to mint them. He's going to put them out there. He's literally that's a direct quote from the grotto. He's been saying that for a while. But no, he asked me like how to frame it and everything. I said, look, you gotta you're gonna spend some money to frame, because this is an actual painting. You don't just put this.
Yeah, this is a delicate little, tiny little painting. Yeah.
So
good luck.
But it's going to be really interesting to see who does it and when they do it, and how that all plays out, because they're giving up all future utility when they do that on the NFT side, right?
Right. Yeah.
So very, very interesting. This is going to be look. The whole project is about franchises and the league and the creation of all the stuff I've had in my head for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But something that has come out of it is the concept of threesies, and that's the interaction between the physical and the blockchain, and the collector input. That little triumvirate of mechanisms really, I think, have never been done like this by any stretch, and it sort of sets the tone, I think, for what we can do as NFT artists going forward.
For sure.
You can bridge that gap between physical and NFT in a way that goes beyond the Damien Hirst, like either one or the other, right? I think you get. I mean, your stuff is so intricate and complex that you, of all people, would get those things, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Now, have you done any of that yet? Have you started playing with the physical side?
In concept and in the alchemy project, maybe.
Oh,
like
look at this!
I have a lot of
Breaking
stuff
news.
planned out. Like it's not something coming right now, but it's definitely in the big master plan. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I could totally see that. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. That's why I had to keep it so close to the vest for so long, because I was like, well, there's plenty of smart guys in the space that if they got to this before I did, they would win.
Well, I signed an NDA for your threesies, right? For the concept.
Exactly.
I couldn't steal it.
Exactly.
I mean, not that I'm crazy enough to actually paint like all those cards. What the fuck?
What the fuck is right? That you nailed it. What the fuck did I do to myself? Oh, and by the way, late April we're dropping the next drop. So I'll be doing it again. But well, let's see if anybody's got any questions. Which, of course, in LFGP terms means no, they don't. It means I'll ask if people have questions, and then nobody will come up.
Crickets.
But anybody got anything they want to ask us? Anybody want to ask the proper pronunciation of Mathjiz's name?
I got that last time as well. Like, how do you actually pronounce it? Like, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
If you know
matter.
me as, yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
but it's Matthijs, right?
Yep, that's it.
All right, we got Daniel Cantor wanted to come up. All right, you're on, Daniel. All right, you got you're unmuted. I'm not getting
Nope.
anything. Anybody else getting anything? All right. Well, you can try again. You just yep. Um, Later's. Well, that's still more exciting than most.
Right.
That's actually
Usually it's
that's
nothing.
better engagement than I usually get. Oh, look at this. We got Nez the Great coming up. Nez is quite the collector. Hey there, Nez.
Fucking legend. Love it. Thank you. That's about all I want to tell you. Thank you.
That's what you got.
That's all I got. You're a fucking legend. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I assume he's talking to me. Maybe he's talking about you,
All right, but both of you.
No, I can't be.
Both of you. But mainly you.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Daniel Cantor's trying again. All right. You're good to go, Daniel. Oh, this is comical. You're doing this on purpose.
The
Now
suspense.
you're muted. God, this is you better be fucking worth it. We got Kitch coming up. Kitch, come and save us. What do you got, Kitch? Save me here.
I spoke with Daniel earlier. He just wanted to ask what your favorite game show was.
My favorite game show would be the Newlywed Game. God, that's just so funny when you get two people who barely know each other, but they're married, and then you ask them questions. It's hilarity. It's amazing. It just goes to show women, right?
Oh my god!
Never
I
actually
hear
seen
people
it.
laughing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who do you got there with you, Threes? A little wombat chuckle back there.
Love's little wombat chuckle. Yeah. Hung out with Chris Truman. Yeah, let's talk about the roll call from last night. Oh my God, Grotto they came out pretty well. We had Chris Truman, we had Smoothie, we had Ryan. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be fun. Hold on a second, Crypto Border. Ryan came out. Oh, Alexan. I met Alexan for the first time. That was really great. He was a lot of fun to hang with. And that's it. Well, no, I said Smoothie. Yeah, we had DJ Jake from Door Gang and Grotto. He came by, so it was good. Crypto Border. Oh my goodness, you're a winner. What? Talk to me here. Unmute there.
Hey, what's up? I'm working right now, so I got to be quick.
Okay, don't worry.
What's up?
So, Crypto Border is a winner. You won the Final Four.
Which is unbelievable because I thought I was out, and then all of a sudden I get a message saying I was in. So I decided to go for it. I guess I filled out the form. I believe I filled it out correctly, but I decided to go for the 1-of-1. I guess.
Awesome. Now you just blew it for everybody by telling them. So now they're like, oh fuck.
Oh,
Now no, it's good.
I
It's
didn't
good.
know.
It's
I didn't know. I didn't know.
No. It's terrific. It's great because there's like all this strategy going on of like, am I in or am I out?
I didn't know there was a strategy. I'm like I'm busy with real life problems and trying to make money. I guess.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm mixing some concrete right now.
Well, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you got at least a 1 in 4 chance of going all the way. That's great.
Awesome. I figure I might as well go for it.
Fuck yeah. That's great. That's a big balls move. That's a Grotto type move. We're gonna have to get you in the Grotto with a move like that.
All right, I'll get in. Whatever I need to do, let me know.
All right, dude. Appreciate it. Go mix that concrete.
All right, I gotta get back to work. I'll talk to you guys.
Do it. Okay, later.
Bye.
I also
So-
spoke with Crypto Border earlier today, and he told me that this was a plant, and he's actually not going for it, and he's just scaring people into it.
It's fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
I paid him to say that.
It's funny because I'm looking at the results. I'm looking at the forums. No, he's not going for it. It's totally fake.
Fake out.
Totally fake. For those that are like, what are these guys talking about? And maybe a couple of you don't know, right? But we just did an event for March Madness. 264 total entries. They a lot more entries than that to try, but 264 were allowed to spend 5 TES to buy one insert that then got them assigned a team in this big national basketball championship that we have. And as their team either won or lost, they either kept chasing the big prize or they were moved into this consolation bracket with a lot of prizes. And then if they were selected in the constellation, they would have to decide if they were going to burn their piece or not. And so even with the winners there, okay, so what he just confirmed, Crypto Border, is he's going to end up keeping his piece no matter what. Okay, so he keeps his 101 already that gets him there, and now he's in the spin. So if he wins on the spin, he gets literally a full blown, threesomes 101 painted. This is not low effort. This is an awesome painting, right? He's going to get that, but he also gets to keep the other one because he made it all the way through sort of the brackets there. So kind of a big deal. And if he hits that 101, wow, can you imagine? And he's not even in the grotto. This is a guy. We opened this up. One of the brackets was open to the public, and 29 or 25? I think 29 of them were selected. 29 non-grotto people, and he made it all the way through.
You gotta let him in now, man.
Well, especially with that move, right? Where
Yeah.
What he's doing, for those that don't know, is he's turning down a 300 TES piece. So he won something with 300 TES, like $1,300. Well, I guess less, 1,200, let's just say. But he won the piece, and he's saying, "Nah, I'm gonna fucking risk it. I want the big one." That's great. That's big balls.
We need more people like that in the grotto, mixing concrete and shit.
Yeah, fucking. Most of you, your hands are soft as fucking baby ass. Nobody in the grotto's done a hard day of work in their life.
Nope.
Matt, I confirm.
I legit have to leave this call in 6 minutes to get on another call in my office and just move my little fingers across the keyboard all day.
Well, no. To be fair, I've shake your hand, and your mouse finger's very calloused.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
it's from other stuff.
Yeah. Like, it's not from mousing.
Yeah, no.
All right,
swirling
guys.
maybe.
We'll call it here, and this is fun. I knew it would be fun, Matt. And thank you so much for coming clean on Pack. I mean, most of us. You really put yourself out there because, of course, this is being recorded and I'm going to tag Pack in every single post.
Sure, man. Sure.
But no, thank you, my friends. Always a pleasure. Good to hear your voice. And hey, just anytime you can come to the States, just let me know, and we'll arrange a grotto around it so that we can.
Okay.
Also,
how is Amsterdam looking?
It's going to happen. The fact that we lost 2 months to my COVID nonsense. Now we're picking up again. June, of course, is going to be in NYC. We are doing Bali, Jakarta for a month in December. But yeah, I mean, we'll coordinate, but we want to get out there. We definitely. I mean, when I make a European stop, it's going to be Amsterdam, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course, you're going to be hosting us, basically. All right. Okay. Good enough. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for committing to. You're paying everybody's fare too. Is that going to be business or coach? But you're flying everybody out. You're saying.
I should ask Puck. I don't know, man. we were gonna ring him up, right?
We are gonna go see him. We're gonna go see that fucker. Knock on the door.
Well.
All right, my friend. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We'll see everybody LFG tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to do an LFG today. I think I announced yesterday a quick one at 4:30 just to spin the wheel for.